How's it going? Soretvgamer here. I've been playing games for quite some time. Quite some time. Since I was about 2 or 3 years old. I grew up with the Super Nintendo, and the rest is history. I think the first game that ever got me into gaming that I really enjoyed wasn't Mario or Sonic. It was actually Mega Man. Mega Man X3 was the first game that I sat down and actually wanted to keep playing. Of course, it was really difficult for a 4-year-old, but 3 or 4-year-old, but nonetheless, I fell in love with gaming around that time, and I pretty much have all the major consoles you can think of, from Nintendo to PS5, N64, PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, basically, if it was a game console, unless it was like Atari or something like that, I basically played it. So gaming is a big part of my life. That's why I have gamer in my name, Soretvgamer. Sore being like I'm sore all the time. I work out or I'm injured or something like that. I've always had leg pain, and TV. I just put TV because this is like an entertainment channel. But these are the games that I'm gonna pick. First one is Game of the Year, recognizing a game that delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields. Let's see. All right. First off, we got Alan Wake 2. Okay, that's actually pretty cool. Baldur's Gate 3, Marvel's Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. Guys, how am I gonna pick? My God. I'm gonna go ahead and say right now, I didn't really play any of these besides Resident Evil 4, but that does not mean I don't have a favorite here. Resident Evil 4 is not the one I'm gonna pick, but I really appreciate that game. That's been that served its purpose. I played that as a way of getting my frustration out on life. I've been going through a lot, and I've been jamming to music while playing the mercenary mode, and I really enjoyed it. Really enjoy that. I stopped when you're about to play as Ashley, but kept going back to mercenary mode for a while there, and I need to get back to it too because that was a good outlet, and you can get really creative with the skills and the combat and stuff like that. Okay, so we got Alan Wake 2. It's a huge difference compared to the first one. I know that. I just didn't play it, and I haven't really watched a lot of reviews or gameplay on it because I've been putting that aside because I really want to play it. Baldur's Gate 3, Marvel's Spider-Man 2, Tears of the Kingdom, Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Well, I'm going to go ahead and say Wonder has my attention. I think that's going to be the first game I get next when I can, which is nice because I don't really play my Switch that often. And Tears of the Kingdom, I want to get that game, but at the same time, I never finished Breath of the Wild, and seeing the things that you have to like create yourself and stuff, even though that's not really a difficult thing for me, didn't really, like crafting and building things isn't my favorite thing to do in a game. A lot of games have been doing that lately, and it just started getting kind of repetitive. But I know they put a lot of love and heart into Tears of the Kingdom, and a whole lot of people are gonna pick that game. But for me, Marvel's Spider-Man 2 still isn't the one I would pick. Obviously, that leaves Baldur's Gate 3, but Marvel's Spider-Man 2, like, I really want to play that game, but at the same time, I just don't really have this like feeling of wanting to buy it. And Spider-Man is my favorite superhero too. I think what's going on with this for me is that I'm just not in the headspace to be playing a superhero game. I think I need something more engaging, something a little dark. But Baldur's Gate 3 is probably going to be my pick. And a big reason for that is because of what they did here they released the game. I think it had a few bugs or something like that, I think. But overall, it was a complete game. And it was at a good price. What was it? Was it 60 or 70? How much was it? The game is $60. Okay, interesting. 60. So, yeah. They released a game here that you can go so many ways. There's so many options. There's so much story, especially in the from what I heard, like the beginning and middle is so condensed, and it's one of those games that you don't mind putting a lot of hours in. I didn't see any battle passes. I didn't see any DLC. I didn't see any anti-consumer anything. In fact, I think themselves, they said that, here's the game, and you go buy it and you go play. And I like that. I come from an era where that was the way it was, and I like to keep it that way. And that's a big reason why I'm going to pick this one as Game of the Year, but also the love, the dedication, the thoughts that they put into this game, the art. And I can't help but see streamers and Let's Players, when they play this game, my friends included, when they play this game, they're living the game. And I would hate to not vote for that. Because in a time where things have been really difficult for a lot of people, they needed something like that. And all these games really do justice there. But something that you would replay over and over again and have a different experience most of the time would be Baldur's Gate 3. So I'm going to have to pick that one. I'm very proud of the people that made that game. Baldur's Gate 3. And I want to say this as well. Do not let my choices dictate what you're gonna pick as well. I mean, first off, you probably don't know anything about me, but if you like Tears of the Kingdom, if you like Mario Bros. Wonder, Resident Evil 4, Spider-Man 2, Alan Wake 2, I mean, you're gonna have to pick what you love, because that's a huge deal. You want to compliment the people that made a huge impact in your life this year in gaming. So go ahead and do that. Forget what anyone says. Best game direction, awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation and game direction and design. Well, yet again, we got the same games. I'm gonna go ahead and Baldur's Gate 3. All right. What do we got now? Best narrative, for outstanding storytelling and narrative development in a game. And in a game. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Geez, that's gonna be really hard. Geez, man. Well, again, Alan Wake 2, and I feel bad because I think I would really like that game. Baldur's Gate 3. I just don't know anything about Alan Wake 2 right now. Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty, Final Fantasy 16. I had to make sure. So many of them, right? Marvel Spider-Man 2. Look, I want to pick Baldur's Gate 3, but Final Fantasy 16 is something that I played, and I cried. And maybe I would cry in Baldur's Gate 3, but I cried, and I want to play this game later today. You know what? That's gonna happen today. I'm gonna play that. I think I need a game to play. I've been either Banjo-Tooie. I might play that on my Xbox, or Final Fantasy 16 on PS5. It's really hard, but I'm gonna have to pick Final Fantasy 16, and it would have been the game of the year I would have picked as well if it was there. So Final Fantasy 16, man. I'm not gonna say anything if you haven't played it, but my God, the intro in itself, man, which you can play for free if you have a PS5. You can play the beginning, I believe. My God. Best art direction, for outstanding creative or technical achievement and artistic design and animation. I'm sorry for the trouble the trouble I'm having of speaking and reading. Um, okay, guys. God, man. Art direction. Um, Alan Wake 2, Hi-Fi Rush, Liza P, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Tears of the Kingdom. You're gonna really do me like that? You're gonna really do this to me? Oh my god. I have not played Hi-Fi Rush. I haven't even heard of it. But look at that art. You got Liza P, Mario Bros. Wonder, Tears of the Kingdom. Guys, what am I supposed to do here? Well, I think the art style in Liza P, I'm going to have to pick. Beautiful game. Gameplay, a little frustrating. Actually, a lot frustrating from what I heard. But we're not worrying about that. We're looking at art direction. I want to say Super Mario Bros. Wonder, but even though it's very creative, I mean, the detail in Liza P. I'm sure all of these games have a lot of detail in their own right, but I'm going to have to pick these guys, man, because, man, even though I personally probably won't play this game, I love looking at it. I absolutely love looking at Liza P. And Pinocchio is one of my favorite stories as well, and it reminds me of a lot. Reminds me of not Boulder's Gate, Bloodborne. So we're gonna have to pick that. I mean, the boss designs are pretty cool. The environment as well, the character, the story, stuff like that. It's pretty cool. Best score and music. Oh my god, guys, why? Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom, composed by Nintendo. Nintendo sound design or sound team. Okay. I'm not gonna read the whole, group here. I'm gonna have to pick Final Fantasy 16. I'm gonna have to pick that again. That music was wonderful. Let me go back here. Hi-Fi Rush. I'm sure that has some great music. Baldur's Gate 3, phenomenal. Alan Wake 2, probably phenomenal. Tears of the Kingdom. I mean, they all have great music. I don't know about Hi-Fi Rush, but that in itself sounds like great sound design, great music. But best score in music, again, Final Fantasy 16. Final Fantasy 16. We're gonna have to go next. Best audio design. Okay. Resident Evil 4, Alan Wake 2, Dead Space, Hi-Fi Rush, Marvel's Spider-Man 2. I'm gonna go with Dead Space. Before I go on. Dead Space, till this day, still sticks out as one of those audio design experiences. I mean, I remember when I got the remaster, I made sure that my sound system was all set and ready, and having that bass and walking around in the dark and hearing the necromorphs running around, and I mean, it just pulls me in the game. I think the audio design, I mean, all of these have that, but I'm gonna have to pick Dead Space. I mean, I'll never forget it. The first time I played it back when it first came out, and here I am again playing the remastered. Yeah, for sure, Dead Space. I mean, that's it, man. I mean, Marvel's Spider-Man 2, I'm sure has a great sound design. I mean, all of this. Resident Evil 4. Though I did play music while playing the mercenary mode with this one. Did not play music often when I was playing the story mode, but yeah, Alan Wake 2. I don't know. I'm gonna Yeah, I'm gonna go with Dead Space. For my boy Isaac Clarke. Best performance awarded to an individual for voice-over acting, motion, and/or performance capture. Okay. Oh, dude. All right, I'm gonna have to pick Cameron. When I see him, he just pulls me into whatever he's doing and anything I watch him in. But Jedi Survivor, even though I haven't played it, I have seen cutscenes and I played the first one. I love Cameron. Cameron's hilarious as well with the poncho jokes and stuff like that. There's a compilation of him doing that. But him, his personality, and his acting and voice all do what I need. But Final Fantasy 16, I'm gonna pick Cameron. I'm gonna pick Cameron. I have to. Innovation and accessibility. All right, something that I don't know much about. Basically, recognizing software and/or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience. So, like, I have a few friends with disabilities, myself included. The right side of my body isn't so great, so very mild. But I remember Diablo 4 did have a lot of that, like a lot. Street Fighter 6. See, I didn't really play any of these right here, besides Diablo 4, and I remember looking at the accessibility options here, and I really appreciated that. I did, so I'm going to go ahead and give it to Diablo 4. Not a huge fan of the game, but I did notice there was a lot of thought into that, and that games for impact. It made an impact on a lot of people with disabilities and accessibility struggles and stuff like that, so you're going to have to give them props for that. Thank you, Blizzard, for taking the time to do that. They also did that with World of Warcraft as well. Games for impact. For a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message. Listen. I'm not the guy. For this vote. I don't know which one to pick. I heard something about this, but I heard some complaints about the game itself. Especially for the Unbound chance of Centnar. I don't know any of these games. Man. Can I just not vote? Do I have to vote? I can always come back and change it, but yeah, I don't really know anything about this, so I'm gonna skip this one. I don't want to mess with something I don't even know anything about. Best ongoing, awarded to a game for outstanding development of ongoing content that involves the player experience over time. Apex, Cyberpunk 2077, Final Fantasy 14, okay, Fortnite, Genshin Impact. Final Fantasy 14. They outdo themselves all the time. They really care. The guy that helps make the game plays the game all the time. And that's the one I played. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Fortnite or Cyberpunk 2077 or Apex Legends. Genshin Impact, I mean, I barely know anything about that game. Fortnite, I did put a lot of time into that, but there's a lot of love here in Final Fantasy 14. It's an MMO, and that's standing right next to World of Warcraft, and I just appreciate the hell out of the game. I really do, and they they really do make a great story as well. They put so much thought into what they put into the game. I would hate not to pick that. Just how much I come back to the game myself. So let's go. Next category. Best community support. Recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness, inclusive of social media activity and game updates and patches. Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk 2077, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14, No Man's Sky. Alright, so we got this again. Recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsibility. I'm going to go with Baldur's Gate 3. I want to pick Final Fantasy 14, but Baldur's Gate 3 just because I have seen what they've said. I have seen the thought and care. And I mean they literally care. They really care about the consumer. I'm going to have to pick that. Hopefully I'm not going too fast for you guys. I don't want to take too long. Best independent game. I love indies. Unfortunately, I really didn't play any this year. Sea of Stars is something that I keep hearing about. So I'm going to pick that. But as for the other games, we got Cocoon, Dave the Diver, Dredge, Viewfinder. Yeah, Sea of Stars. We're going to go ahead and do that. That game means a lot to a lot of people. And I can't not deny the appreciation of that game. So, what I forgot our best indie. Okay, best indie. Yeah. I feel good with that one. Best debut indie game for the best debut game created by a new independent studio. Sorry for the reading, guys. Jeez. I don't really know any of these games, so not gonna mess with them. If I don't see at least one thing that I know, I'm not gonna do it. Mobile game. Yeah. Not gonna pick any of that. Don't do mobile. Best VR. Don't do VR. I'll show the choices though. Resident Evil Village VR, Humanity, Horizon, Call of the Mountain, Gran Turismo 7. That's VR. That's crazy. Synapse. Again, I'm not gonna pick any. If I was gonna pick something, I would say VR mode of Resident Evil Village, but I'm not a big fan of the game itself, so I'm gonna go ahead and skip that. Gran Turismo 7 sounds pretty cool, but I'm gonna skip this. Best action game. Hey, Armored Core 6. Fires of Rubicon, Dead Island 2, Ghost Runner 2, Hi-Fi Rush. Hi-Fi Rush, you did something, man. I'm sorry I haven't heard much about you. Remnant 2, I know about that game as well. Look. This game, Armored Core 6, that's another game I should play. That game means a lot to me. I mean, I even did TikTok videos on that. Man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pick Armored Core 6. And the reason is not just because of the mech, but because it was so consistent in action and so, in my opinion, challenging. Sometimes that game will smack your face so hard because you came in there with the wrong idea. It didn't let up, and then you start figuring out how to go about like a boss, what kind of stuff you're gonna put on your mech, and just the PvP of Armored Core 6. Let alone, oh my god, yeah, Armored Core 6. If you haven't played that game and you can, please do it. And I mean that like seriously. I would have picked that game as Game of the Year if I could, or Final Fantasy 16. Best action adventure. For the best action adventure game, combining combat with traversal, and puzzle solving guy, guys. Soretvgamer, great. Mm, I'm gonna give it with best action and adventure. I mean, this, even though I personally not a huge fan at the moment, I might be later. This has to take the cake. I mean, that is the adventure. So, Tears of the Kingdom. Alan Wake 2, again, man. Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, Jedi Survivor. I'm sorry, Zelda. Zelda gets it. Okay, I already, even without playing the game, I know that was an adventure in itself. Best RPG. Okay, Starfield, Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 16, Lies of P, Sea of the Stars. Sea of Stars. Oh my god, best RPG, Baldur's Gate 3. I want to pick Final Fantasy 16, but I just know as an RPG in itself, Baldur's Gate 3 stood out to me. That's it. That's it, man. That's it. Sorry, Final Fantasy 16. You mean a lot to me, man. But that is a role-playing game through and through. So it gets it. It gets the vote for me. Best fighting. For the best game design, primarily around head-to-head combat. Alright, God of Rock. Never heard of it. Mortal Kombat 1. Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2. Pocket Bravery. Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy 6. Street Fighter 6. Oh my god. It would be Mortal Kombat 1 or Street Fighter 6. I'm gonna go with Street Fighter 6. Not a huge fan. I'm a Street Fighter 4 and Third Strike guy, but as a fighting game, if I had to pick a game to buy and to play and put time into, it wouldn't be Mortal Kombat. It'd be Street Fighter 6. And I hate saying that because Mortal Kombat was the first fighting game I ever played, and actually I played it before I played Mortal Kombat. I mean, I was like 3 or 4 when I played Mortal Kombat 2. But even with the nostalgia and the passion I have for Mortal Kombat, I promise you, I love Mortal Kombat. Street Fighter 6 for sure. Doing it for my boy Ken Masters. I hope that's his last name. I don't remember. Best family. For the best game appropriate for family play, irrespective of genre or platform. Okay. Disney Illusion Island, Party Animals, Pikmin 4, Sonic Superstars, Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Family, huh? I'm gonna have to pick Mario. I mean, let me think of Pikmin 4. I want to pick Pikmin 4, but I know literally all, I have a few nieces and stuff like that, and when they get a little older, I'm going to have to pick Mario Wonder to play with them. I mean, I want to pick Sonic Superstars or Pikmin 4, but I just know this, I can give it to anybody with any family, and they're all going to be okay about it. So, Wonder it is. Give it to them. Gotta give it to them. Alright. Best Sim strategy. It's actually a genre that I'm a big fan of. However, this year, I did not play any of them. So, if I had to pick, I would pick Pikmin 4 because I love Pikmin. Saw gameplay, watched it for a while, looked great. I know Company of Heroes, but I mean, I have the older ones, but I couldn't get really into it. Fire Emblem Engage, wasn't a huge fan. Though I'm sure enough time putting into the game, I would have probably liked that a lot. But I'm still on 3 houses, so Advance Wars 1 and 2. Wasn't a big fan of the remaster of that. Cities Skylines 2. Not a big fan of the first one, so I didn't really care to play that. the sequel, I'm gonna go with Pikmin 4. Pikmin 4. A little biased there, but there it is. Best sports and racing. Nope. Not gonna do that. Best multiplayer game. And the reason why is because I just don't play those. For outstanding online multiplayer gameplay and design, including the co-op and massively multiplayer experience, irrespective of game, genre, or platform. Best multiplayer. Best multiplayer. I almost want to pick Diablo 4. I had a good time with my sister and her fiance with that one. But in the end, I think I would have more fun with Wonder. I really would. So there it is. I'm a sucker for Mario, and playing that with any of my friends and family would be more fun and, in my opinion, more entertaining. It gets really repetitive playing Diablo 4, man. Like, after a while, you're just like, okay, we're doing the same thing pretty much the entire time. The only time I really felt engaged was when I fought a few bosses for the first time, and having a friend there was really cool. But at the same time, there's a bunch of stuff going on with Blizzard. There's stuff going on with Diablo 4. I really love Diablo 4 despite everything going on. I really appreciate it. But like I said, you know, I even have a good buddy of mine that works at Blizzard. Mario, he never lets me down. So unless it was one of those school Mario games, that was a disappointment. No, it was the Mario was missing. Man, I was giving that game. I was so excited to play that game. Wow, just wow. That was trauma in itself. Oh man, I want to say Baldur's Gate 3, but I don't know anything about the multiplayer. I really want to say Diablo 4, just because of my good buddy of mine and stuff like that. But that's a little bias. I'm really excited about the Mario Bros. Wonder. The one I played was Diablo 4. Oh man, we got. I'm in a situation here. All right, put my friend aside for a second. Which one brings the best multiplayer? You do have hardcore. Do not with friends is really good. Maybe. Oh man, I'm gonna go with Diablo 4 actually. Just because, if I put aside everything, all my emotions, oh, man, it gets so repetitive though. Oh God, I don't know. Oh God, I have to pick one. I'm gonna do with Wonder. I don't know. All right. We're gonna let fate decide. All right. Heads for Mario Wonder. Let's do that again. Heads for Mario Wonder. All right, Destiny. Okay. There it is. Sorry, guys. It's a very hard pick. I got a lot of emotions with Diablo 4. I'm a big Diablo guy. Best adaptation. Recognizing outstanding creative work that faithfully and authentically adapts a video game to another entertainment medium. Alright, Twisted Metal, Castlevania, Nocturne, Gran Turismo, The Last of Us, Super Mario Bros. Movie, excuse me, The Last of Us. Yeah, and I didn't even watch that. I mean, I have some friends, like, including my sister and fiance and my good buddy at Blizzard, like, they love Twisted Metal, but Last of Us, I mean, that was it. That was an adaptation. That was it. most anticipated game. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Hades 2, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, Star Wars Outlaws, Tekken 8. I really want Tekken 8. I'm gonna go with Tekken 8. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Here's my issue. All right, putting a little emotion into it. It's been a while. Kind of started losing interest. Wasn't a huge fan of the remake. So I love my original Final Fantasy VII, so I'm not gonna be suffering without it. I would hate for anything to happen to it. I don't want it canceled or anything like that. Hades 2, of course. Not a huge fan of Like a Dragon stuff, but I heard it's pretty fun. I have not heard anything about Outlaws, but it's Ubisoft. Putting emotion aside, I don't know anything about it. Tekken 8, though, excuse me, I grew up with Tekken. Tekken 3, oh my god, the first fighting game I played on a PlayStation. Content Creator of the Year. Alright, if there's no Asmongold, I'm not picking. Yep. Nope, I don't know these people. For a streamer or content creator who has made an important and positive impact on the community in 2023, I'm sorry, but like Asmongold walked me through the whole year, guys. Come on. Are you kidding me? Sure. Like this dude is very different from probably all of these people, but if I don't see the content creator that I look at the most and watch the most, I mean, there's a few I like. Happy Console Gamer, Asmongold, Tectone, Emiru. I mean, of course, Stick and Eggs podcast. Excuse me. The video of Asmon in his home and the wholesome stuff that was coming from that, and I mean, he pretty much showed me. This year, Asmongold showed me that even when things are difficult in your own life, you can still get things done. And I have been going through a lot lately, and I keep going back to like get it done, get the things you gotta get through done. I mean, and not just that, but the Steak and Eggs podcast in itself, like, huge part of my year. They got me through so much. I was coming off medication and stuff like that because the medication was really bad for me. I was having a horrible reaction to it, and I lost my mind. And I couldn't really watch anything or play anything. I even lost mobility in my hands for a while. I was going through profound anxiety, and the one thing that was consistent was I could listen to Asmongold. I could listen to Steak and Eggs. Watching his streams got my mind off a lot of stuff. He did his job, and I just don't see that, so I don't want to vote. I don't even know these people anyway. And, you know, Asmongold talked about some serious stuff this year as well. He always has the most sense. And a lot of people probably won't understand that unless they've been watching him for a while. So I don't see him, but I would vote for Asmongold. I really would. Techno and Emiru as well. So they're my buddies. Another streamer that has made an impact in my life that not a lot of people know about is Damon Fizzy, D Fizzy. He made a huge difference as well. Pay Money Wubby. I mean, Pay Money Wubby. I mean, I would have picked him too. It would have been pretty close. Wubby, I mean, seriously, Wubby or even Alex. Asmongold. I guess I'm just not the minority. I mean, I'm pretty sure those guys are pretty freaking cool and they're amazing. I would have picked either Asmongold or Wubby. It would have been probably a tie, to be honest with you. But like Wubby would be that would have been. I'm in a way I'm kind of glad I wouldn't have to pick. Wubby got me through a lot too, man. I mean, he gets me through things as well. He was my escape. He was doing a subathon, and it was like the one thing that could get my mind off all the withdrawals and all the freaking out during that subathon. I was sad when it was over. Asmongold was so consistent this year too. Zach Rar. I mean, I meant to say Zach Rar. You know what I mean, though. Yeah. Shout out to both of them. Best esports game. For the game that has delivered the best overall esports experience to players, inclusive of tournaments, community support, and content updates, irrespective of genre or platform. Not a huge fan of esports, but I would pick Counter-Strike as the one I would watch. I have watched, actually. So Counter-Strike 2. Can't go wrong with Counter-Strike. Best esports athlete, don't know them. I'm not even going to read their names, really. I don't know any of them. So I'm going to skip. But I will read them. You know what? Yeah. Best esports team. You got these guys. All right. Then you got these guys for esports coach. All right. So, got that. Esports event. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know any of these. Actually, I do know Valorant Champions, but I didn't really watch it. But those are the choices there. Go pick. Why is it saying do I have to cast? Or is that it? Okay, I think that's it. Is that, like, if I had to pick... That's it. I'm not gonna pick that, though. So those are my choices, man. Those are my choices. Is that it? I guess that's it, huh? So here's the summary here. We voted for Game of the Year, Best Game Direction, Best Narrative. We picked Baldur's Gate 3 for Game of the Year. Best Game Direction, Baldur's Gate 3. Best Narrative, Final Fantasy 16. Mwah. Best Art Direction, yes, Lysa P. Best Score and Music, Final Fantasy 16. Best Audio Design, Dead Space. Best Performance, yes, Cameron. Innovative Accessibility, Diablo 4. Games for Impact. Did I not pick? It's because I didn't know these, right? Yeah, I didn't know these. So Best Ongoing, Final Fantasy 14. Best Community Support, Baldur's Gate 3. Best Independent Game, Sea of Stars. Best Debut Indie Game, again, don't know anything about that. Mobile, no. Best VR, AR, no. Best Action Game, Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon. Best Action Adventure, Tears of the Kingdom. Best RPG, Baldur's Gate 3. Best Fighting, Street Fighter 6. Best Family, Wonder. Best Sim Strategy, Pikmin 4. Didn't play any sports or racing. Best multiplayer, Wonder, because of the heads. Almost picked Diablo 4. Something didn't feel right anyway. But there I go again, getting stuck. Best adaptation, Last of Us, for sure. Even people that don't play those games were watching that, man, and they were enjoying it too because it stayed true. Most anticipated, Tekken 8. Content Creator of the Year, Paymoney Wubby and Asmongold. Didn't see them, so. And I will say this: the people that were on there, I just don't know anything about them. I was kidnapped by the other creators I've mentioned. They literally kidnapped me. Go to them about that. I'm just a bystander. A bystander. I am the most unhinged cringe of all. It's gonna take a lot for me to upload this video. Best esports game, Counter-Strike 2. So then we got best esports athlete, best esports team, best esports coach, best esports event. So that's it, guys. That's it. That's your boy. That's Soretvgamer. Those are my votes. Game of the year and all the others. Game awards, man. I feel good. I feel good about it. If I'm not playing any of the other games, I will vote for them. But it looks like my choices have ended, so the video is going to end too. You guys take care. Let me know, like I said, if you're going to make a video or something like that, or if you just want to leave a comment what you really enjoyed, let me know. Let me know. I'm a gamer. I am a gamer. I am one with the games. So you guys take care. Appreciate you. Love you. Have a good day. Have a good night. Peace.